Raizin the Roof, presented by the Central Indiana Realtist Association, a local chapter of the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. Our mission is to build wealth through home ownership by enhancing economic development. We accomplish this goal by informing, advocating, and educating in the communities we serve. And now, Raizin the Roof.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Karen Kelly, and welcome to Raising the Roof. Raising the Roof is a talk show about home ownership, both national and local, brought to you by the Central Indiana Realtist Association, which is a local chapter of the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. Our mission is to inform, enlighten, advocate, and educate through our initiatives. We promote building wealth through home ownership. I brought with me today Miss Dolores Kennedy. Good morning, Dolores.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I am good. I am good.
Good, good. And also Miss Priscilla Russell.
Oh, good
morning, Priscilla.
I'm doing great.
Good.
Thank you.
Well, ladies, we're going to change it up a little bit today. Normally we have some speakers on or we just kind of talk about real estate, but today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to show a video of Mr. Fred Page. Mr. Fred Page was the first home buyer with the Flanner House Homes, which is a program for veterans. And we're going to let him tell you all about that in the interview. Miss Janice Bradley, who is also a member of our CIRA group, is going to be interviewing him. So sit back and take a look. Hope you enjoy the video.
I just want to add one thing to that, Miss Karen. He's a first home builder, not buyer, builder. He built his own home.
He built the home. Sweat equity.
Sweat equity.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what it was.
That's important to know.
Uh-huh.
That's important to know. And thanks, Dolores, for adding that in there.
Okay.
We were talking earlier about how you found out about the Flanner House program for building homes. Was it church or was it just word of mouth?
It's say word of mouth around,
Okay. And I can definitely appreciate that, because that kind of word would just really get around. And especially since it was for veterans. It was the self-help program for Flanner House.
Self-help.
Self-help.
That's the key word there. Self-help.
All right.
From Flanner House Home was definitely self-help.
Okay.
The way I look at things, is ideal. You had people that these plans for homes and your training that you got into that you didn't know about.
Okay.
And all of that.
Was that exciting when you heard about this? Where you say, sign me up?
Yes.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay. Now, something else I wanted to ask you. Now, we know that you had to put $300 down. So, in those days, that had to be a lot of money, $300.
It was. It was a lot of money.
Okay.
And thinking back, I was determined to have sufficient funds to have a home. You gotta make personal sacrifices in savings. And I had a payroll savings.
And you had to prove that you made at least $3,800 a year.
Right.
So where were you working then? Okay.
West Baking Company.
Okay.
And What was reassuring to me was Mrs. Hilda West, the wife of the president of West Bacon Company. She was a active member of Flanner House Homes.
I see.
Promotions, things like that.
Maybe that's where you heard it from.
It could
have been.
It could be.
If she was,
And to be tied in, to have a job working for a place like that, always just made things perfect for me.
Okay. Okay.
I think that one there hung in the bakery until they finally sold the place. And after they sold the place, they put it in a museum or some kind of way it finally got back around to where I could get it.
Okay.
Fundamental teachings of Flanner House Homes was opportunities for blacks, mainly Christian teachings,
Okay.
that God loves us all, no matter what race, color, or creed, or whatever. God loves us all.
Super.
So, because I noticed that it looks like even what your, daughter gave me, and I had a picture like there were flyers around that just, was kind of explaining it. And do you remember what year that you built your home?
So 55.
1955. Okay. The next question I'm going to ask you that when you heard about this was an opportunity for you, can you kind of tell me how you felt?
Oh, it was an opportunity to me. It was an opportunity of a lifetime.
All right, what you said, sign me up, huh?
Right.
Sign you up. So, so share with me some of the skills that you learned when you were building your home.
Well, I would say all of the skills.
What was there anything you liked better than the other, or did it matter?
They were all essential, necessary, and to have the opportunity to learn from these things as you were building your home meant so much.
Can't imagine. Can't imagine. And then to help one another. So,
Right.
let me ask you this. So, did we start? Okay, we're building Mr. Page's home. Okay, so we're building his, and then do you build one home at a time, or are you building, because there's other people involved who were building their homes. So was it one home at a time, or were you all just helping each other on your homes?
We're all helping each other on every home that we built.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't realize that there were 180 homes in the Flanner House area. That was built.
180.
180. Yeah. That's a lot of homes. That's a lot of homes.
You're right.
You have any idea how many homes you helped build?
I had no idea.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Idea.
That's fine.
But knowing that you were a member of the builders, that it's a good feeling to carry that.
So let me ask you this. The way I kind of read over, it talked about this flyer here, talked about this home can be yours. You and your family can be in a partnership and self-help venture. And then it talked about, as builders do, they talk about it, a feature a beautiful modern kitchen with built-in cabinets, 3 lovely bedrooms. And then it talked about you have a choice of wall colors and flooring. This is something I'm really curious about. After you guys, finished your homes, did you have a party? Did you celebrate? I mean, what did you do after you've completed, each house? And especially what did you do after you completed your home?
Oh,
Can you tell it?
Completed the home, It's time to celebrate a part of it, but it's just the beginning.
Okay. So after you completed it, this was now you were going into another chapter of your life.
That's right.
Okay. Okay, so...
And to plan on getting the home paid for.
That was your next step after you got in that house?
That's right.
Is to have the house paid for?
Paid for.
Can I get an amen? Okay. I know you...
And that, all of those things together led up to where I am today. And I think to be 93 years old, debt free.
So did you actually think about trying to live someplace else? Did you try to buy a home someplace else and then ended up building a Flanner house?
No,
Okay.
the Flint house it just happened to be the best.
Yeah.
The best
Since sliced bread, as
deal
they say.
going from
Okay.
the home building.
Okay.
It was ideal.
Okay.
Kind of house home. Work out your down payment, and I didn't have any money. And working out my down payment was ideal, and then being a veteran too.
Yes.
Veteran benefits and all that just worked out perfect for me. And
Okay. So, Mr. Page, yes, we have determined that you've been in this house since 1955, correct?
right.
So, why did you stay in this home and in this area?
Well, it's just ideal for me, and every sense of the word, I had no desire to want to be some other place,
How did you feel when Flanner House Homes was listed in the National Register of Historic Places in September of 2003? How did you feel about that?
I feel great.
Did you?
Feel great. Flanner House Homes. And it makes me a part of the Indianapolis history. And to receive unexpected rewards such as this. It's just indescribable feeling. They're blessings of God.
Yes. We wish you all the best and thank you for allowing us to come into your treasure.
On behalf of CIRA, Central Indiana Realtors Association, we invite real estate professionals to join us at our monthly meeting, first Wednesday of each month at MCL Castleton, 11:30 a.m., where our mission is advocating, informing, and educating. Our vision is building wealth through homeownership. See you there.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Taylor, Home Lending Officer with First Merchants Bank, and we are thrilled to partner with the Central Indiana Realtist Association to help increase homeownership in the Indianapolis and surrounding areas. First Merchants Bank has a fantastic program that requires no down payment, includes a $7,500 grant depending on where you're purchasing, and has a minimum credit score requirement of 600. If you're ready to begin your homeownership journey, please contact me at 317-566-7611.
Welcome back to Raising the Roof. We're so happy you joined us for a wonderful day. That was a very interesting topic on Mr. Page and all the things that happened with the VA homes and sweat equity and all of that. Now, our second part of this show, we're going to be presenting another trailblazer that we have for our CIRA group, and her name is Daisy Lloyd. Hey, Miss Dolores, why don't you tell us about Miss Daisy Lloyd?
All right, I will tell you about Miss Daisy Lloyd. Miss Daisy Lloyd was the first Black elected woman to be on the General Assembly. Think about that.
Yes.
Also, she was another first. We have my board, the Metropolitan Indianapolis Board of Realtors, that she applied for to be a member. She was denied twice because of her color. And the third time she tried to get in, that was they kept giving her roadblocks in order that she not be able to get in. They would say, you need to do this, you need to do that, all of these kind of things. Well, she was the first not only Black member, she was the first member Black of color to be a part of the Metropolitan Indianapolis Board of Realtors. So she's done some first things. She's done some things. Excellent interview. I hope you enjoy it. It's a lot to learn from this. And she was one of our trailblazers, and we're bringing her interview to you today to help us celebrate Dr. Daisy Lloyd.
This interview will be with Daisy Lloyd, Mrs. Daisy Lloyd. And Mrs. Lloyd, we are so happy to have you to be part of our Trailblazer Recognition event.
I'm honored to be here.
Thank you, thank you, thank you again. For those who don't know, Mrs. Lloyd is really one of the first when it comes to the real estate professional industry. So what we're going to do is just take a minute and just say or ask, who is Daisy Lloyd? And give us some background about you and how you eventually got into the real estate industry, if you would.
Well, I'm a farmer's daughter.
Okay.
I was born in Kansas and then raised in Topeka, left Topeka at 17 to go to Howard University in Washington, D.C., and never went back home. And so, and that's where I met my husband, finished Howard, and then we eventually came to Indianapolis. I spent the first few years raising my children, and then was approached by the Democratic Party here to run for political office as a member of the General Assembly. There had never been any Black people or women in the legislature before, and so I ran, was successfully elected, and at that time there was a movement going on to expand the highways, and in order to do that, they were cutting through African American neighborhoods, taking homes in our best areas, and that then meant there was a disruption for our people, for my people, in terms of trying to get a fair price for their property and using that money to find adequate housing elsewhere. After my term in the legislature, I decided to enter real estate. And I was able to get my designation, through some training, and started my practice with Bill Ray, who was a very prominent black real estate broker. And at the time, our offices were in the Walker Building, which still stands as a historic,
Yes.
And I worked with Bill until I had the time required to become a realtor. And then I went out on my own. I moved to the north side and began the difficult job of trying to gain access to good listings in good neighborhoods for black people. And I say we because I had staff, we were fairly successful at that. I felt that we were as successful as we could be. What I did was to turn over my practice, my real estate, to my daughter.
All right.
And the other great thing I think that we were able to do was to bring young black men and women into the business, let them see firsthand what it was like, work there. And in working there, they were able to get the knowledge and the training they needed to get their license. So there are a number of young people that I am delighted to say got their start with me, and that's basically my story.
It sounds like a wonderful story. A couple of things I might want to ask you. You made a comment that your office was on the north side,
right?
And so I'd like to know where that office was, and when you were knocking at people's doors about the listings, wanting to see, when they had expired. And what neighborhoods did you pretty much, you and your staff, what neighborhoods were you pretty much selling?
You mean selling?
Everything, the whole listing, selling. I mean, when you list, obviously the house gets sold.
Right. First of all, I only showed good properties in good neighborhoods.
Such as?
Such as Crow's Nest Drive, Avalon Hills, North Meridian Street. Well, let's see. I guess the main areas on the north side, I sold properties on the south side to Salvation Army officers when they would come in town because they wanted that neighborhood. And by the way, I had a mixed clientele in terms of buyers.
What would you like to leave with the audience, the real estate industry, no matter what? Something that we can, take home and just dwell on.
Well, you probably want me to do it in 1 minute. I'm going to take 2.
You take as long as you want.
No, one of the things, and this was major, was opening up the multiple listing organization, MIBOR.
Yes.
That was major. And it wasn't necessarily easy. 5 years in the business was required to apply as a realtor. That's the major organization. I had just gotten into that area of having been in business 5 years. When I first applied, I was turned down. And then I put the message out that if I was turned down again, I would serve an injunction, I would sue the organization and stop all sales of any properties. And I just sent that back that was my message back, and I was invited to apply again, and I was accepted.
Tell us about the Realtist, when you became a Realtist and how that came about.
Well, the Realtist, of course, was the only organization available for black brokers. And I joined, and then what was exciting for me, I got to know the national, I think he was the national chairman of the Realtist organization in Washington, D.C. And can't remember his name now, but I went to Washington to their national conference.
Yes.
And I was so impressed with the ability of that group. And well, it's like you feel like you come home. And were it not for that organization, as black brokers, as black real estaters, we would not have had a place. So in the meantime, we support one another.
So would you say that's your word of wisdom, is to support one another?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I can't stress that too much.
Mrs. Lloyd, you have been such an inspiration to me on this interview. And we so thank you, thank you, thank you.
It's my pleasure.
All right.
Hi, my name is Priscilla Russell, your agent with Hustle with United Real Estate. I have over 30 years experience helping buyers and sellers to build wealth through real estate. Call me at 317-872-SELL.
Hi, I'm Sherry Boudwin, a loan officer with First Merchants Bank. If you're thinking about buying your first home, give me a call. We have a no money down program and no private mortgage insurance. My number is 317-566-6123.
On behalf of CIRA, Central Indiana Realtist Association, we invite real estate professionals to join us at our monthly meeting, first Wednesday of each month at MCL Castleton, 11:30 a.m., where our mission is advocating, informing, and educating. Our vision is building wealth through home ownership. See you there.
Hopefully you enjoyed that presentation. We hope that you did. We are the Central Indiana Realtors Association. We're the National Association of Real Estate Brokers, and we're glad that you are here to join us today. We want to remind all of real estate professionals, lenders, real estate brokers, insurance people, title companies to come out and join us the first Wednesday of each month at the MCL Cafeteria in Castleton. It's a lunch meeting. We start at 11:30 a.m. Our mantra is building wealth through homeownership. We hope to see you there.
Raizin the Roof.